Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to No Man's Land. So, we've progressed a little while. So we are... Ooh, good question. We are, in my head, Year 7. Indeed, per game, Year 7. So that's clearly not right. But anyway, there you go. So we are now in Year 7. January 1. There's a little bit of snow coming down. I've ploughed out 2 of my new fields completely. I'd normally do that over the winter, but the alternative was landscaping, and I just felt like getting on with it, so you know. It also gave me the opportunity to do something I haven't done before, which is why I'm very excited to do this video, which is to use the Pipes and Hoses DLC. And I've done it on one field, which unfortunately was before I remembered to do the soil sampling, which is why I'm doing this in a bit of a hurry before we do the second field. So I'll have to sample it afterwards and see what impact that's had. I'm hoping it'll still be fine. I mean, a layer of slurry is a layer of slurry. It just is. So hopefully it should be all right. No, actually, in our case, it's digestate, but there you go. So yeah, so we're just finishing this off. Hopefully before the soil settles. I've got some other jobs we can do. If the soil settles, it's all good. Plenty to be done, as there always is. I've been around, I've prepped all the greenhouses, but I haven't activated them because it's January, right? So, you know, that needs to wait until the weather starts warming up. But they've all got water and manure and seed and fertilizer or whatever else they need, right? That depends on which pack they were. First video, I suppose, that I've done since I got my 200 subscribers, but I should have put up by now a short post. I've got a couple of shorts to put out. But yeah, so thank you to everyone that has subscribed. It doesn't stop there. 200 is indeed a milestone. It's taken me a very long time to get there, partly for my own, you know, because I stopped for a while. But yeah, so if you are new, please do subscribe. Lots of things I've got planned. I am moving away, not moving away from console. I'm going to add to console. I've now got a gaming laptop. I just need to figure out what I'm going to put on the channel, frankly, and recording and editing and streaming and all that jazz. So, but that is coming. So that'll increase the games that I record and put up. I've already put some streams of a few games that I've never put on before. Shorts, should I say? Of a few games that I've never put on before, so there is more stuff to come. But yeah, so thank you anyway, whether you just subscribed or you've been subscribed for a long time, I appreciate it. And if you're one of the subscribers that watches my videos, thank you, because you know, as usual, as always happens, I think, you know, the view numbers never represent the subscriber numbers, so that is just how it is, I think. But hey, so money's moved around a little bit. I have paid off some of the loan. I did just buy myself a new tractor, but we're 600 grand lower than we were, which is pretty good going already. I've got a few productions running. I thought I had a weird thing going on with productions at some point. Right, here we go. So last sample. So let's get that raised. Let's send samples for analysis. Thank you very much. And let's fold that away. Okay. Yeah, so the other field that I've done is over there, and then I've got 2 more fields still yet to plough out. May or may not get around to doing those this year. I have got a load of tracks I now need to put in because I've put new tracks in. So yeah, we'll wait for the soil samples to come back, and hopefully before the snow settles we'll then be able to get on with the slurry. I suppose we can start prepping in the meantime, but there we go. Soil samples have been analysed at a grand cost of €2,500. As you can see, we've got a fair assortment of machinery. It takes quite a lot of kit to do the old pumps and hoses. I was quite nervous about doing it, to be fair, because it needs so much kit and it's so confusing. But I watched Farmer Klein's video. Thank you, Farmer Klein, to help me familiarise myself again. This is my new tractor. It's finally got a McCormick, and it's pretty cool. This is completely base. I haven't put fancy tyres on or anything like that. Let's not disconnect that. Before we disconnect that, whoa, that's why I want to disconnect it, but there you go. That worked well. Let's bring it over here. and that should be fine, because we'll need that in a minute, so I may as well park it up first and get it in the right position. Excellent. Okay, let me think. So the best way to do this, so if you've not used pumps and hoses, I tell you what, I've been skeptical is the wrong word. I wanted to try it. I wasn't sure how it would be. You know what? It's brilliant. That John Deere. Sorry. I beg your pardon. That John Deere wiggles like Kelly. It's very excited when there's another tractor nearby. It's a bit odd. Anyway, change to unwinding. So we do that. So on here I've got 2 hoses. I'll talk a little bit about that as we go through. I'm going to lower it. And I'm not, because then that puts it on the ground, and then we will start unwinding. And I need to move. God damn it, move. Oh, sugar. All right, I'm working on it. Chill. My bad. Oh my goodness me, trees, bad thing to have nearby. Where? Whoa. Okay, this is not helpful because I need to go backwards. Okay, let's try that again. Right, here we go. So basically just going to go all the way down the length of the edge of the field, unwinding our hose. Yeah, so I've got 700 meters on here. So the hose comes in various lengths. You can connect the 2 together. This hose reel, I'll tell you something in a minute, takes 1.3 kilometers. And I was like, that's a lot. And the pump I've got only pumps for 700 meters, and it felt to me like that was nowhere near enough. It's loads, at least for the sizes of fields I've got at the moment, so it's all good, which means I didn't need anything else. So yeah, so we just need to go backwards, unwinding this. Should put the old beacons on, shouldn't I really, while I'm driving backwards down the field. I could have put it on the back, but it doesn't matter. There we go. So the green one nearly done. Try and reverse before we get to the edge of the map. Too late. I know you keep telling me that, I am aware, but you know, oh my goodness me, sometimes. Right, so this is what we do. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Actually, we could do it now, to be fair. So where's the end of the green one? I kind of made a mistake getting a green one. It was a bit silly really. Start unwinding. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Right, then what we'll do... Yep, alright, chill. Is we've got this thing here, which is for manipulating the hoses. I know. I've got one. It's all good. But it's not... Oh, it won't let me... Oh, it won't let me do it because it's still attached. I'm still unwinding it. Okay, fine. Alright. I'm still learning some of it. Right, okay, fine. So let's unreel this. Which actually won't take us all the way up to the end of the field, which is a bit unfortunate, but there you go. It's fine. Which actually means this field is longer than the other field I just did. So I hope this is still long enough. We'll see how we do. It should be alright. I mean, it's still nearly twice the length of the field. It should be alright. $700 meters is apparently a long way. Apologies for having the old menu on. It just really helps me while I'm figuring this out still. Right, okay, there we go. So now, having done that, now we can go and do what I tried to do a minute ago, which it wasn't letting me do, and is to connect the 2 ends together. So you have to disconnect them to put them on the reel, which I find a little bit weird, but hey, there you go. It is what it is. Yeah, as I say, the green and orange felt like a good combination, but actually having a green hose, although it's a very green hose, was a bad idea because it don't disappear in grass. Right, there we go. Let's have that out. Attach. Weirdly enough, it will attach. Should attach. Okay, let's put that down. Let's try picking this one up. Why are they not attaching? Is it the angle? If I put that down there and then pick this one up again, will that just won't sort of, you know, if I just try and manipulate it a little bit. I wonder if it's just the angle it's at. Why will it not? Oh. Ah, there you go. Ah, excellent. Okay. So our hoses are connected. We now have 700 meters of hose. Don't need that, do we? I can see the field I'm at. One of these fields I might make grass. I don't actually have any grass fields. And of course, gradually, as I create new fields, I'm running out of grass that I can just mow. Not that I'm short of hay or grass at the moment, to be fair. And I've still got plenty of fields to cut. So you know where I don't need to do that this year, but I will do it at some point. Okay. So let's get this one out of the way. I think I filled this up. So this is a bit like one of those field tanks that you get, right? So, which of course we've had before. But this one actually has a built-in pump, which is cool. And then if I put that there, and then I jump in here, and I'll be able to do that. Now our hose is attached. This is lowered down on the ground, which it needs to be. I need to put the engine on, but I can't start the pump yet. But I can go into the water pump and start that, which magically just pulls water from somewhere. Then I can get in here, put some lights on, so we can see what we're doing. Let's come down to the power to the hose, which is fine. Actually, it's in a good position. And then we're on the middle one at the back, because actually there's two pieces of equipment on the back here, and one of them, the first one, the one that we're on at the moment, is actually the thing that connects the hose. So that's what we're going to do. And again, we connect the hose like that, and then the other one right at the back goes on afterwards is actually the spreader. So we'll get that, we'll bring this up, try and route it round so that hopefully it's not on the field, which it's not, so that's worked quite well. And I'll come up this way a little bit just to give me some space, sorry, and we'll spin round. Yeah, we're actually going to go over the hose, which is not ideal, but there you go. You always want to work away from the hose, fairly obviously, right? But it's fine, that'll be okay, I think it says here. Okay, so that's ready. Don't worry about the thing on... Oh, weird. Don't worry about the thing on the front yet, that's not relevant. Okay, activate pump. There you go, it's pumping. You can see the condition of our hose, it says 1%, that's because it's not being used. That will gradually increase as the stuff actually starts to pump, which will only happen once we start moving forwards. It says here, why are you not working? Okay, that's weird. Oh, I'm sorry. Because that bit, oh that's interesting, needs to be completely lowered down. Oh, that's bad, isn't it? So now I've completely screwed that up. Yeah, no, don't do it yet. Okay, so let's bring that up. See, now it's actually put some down because I lowered it. Oh, well, there you go. That's fine. So let's do that again then. I'm going to try actually coming round again and going a bit further up. So hopefully, just about, can I just about get away with, yes. There you go, so we got that tiny little patch there. It's done. Okay, lower it down. And we'll start pumping. Our pump condition, or yeah, pump condition, hose condition, whatever that is, will start to increase. Now it's dropped again. Oh, because it stopped pumping because it was going over a bit it had already done. 100%. Excellent. That's good to know. So, and I'll tell you why that's good to know. Eventually, over time, as you use it, that condition drops. Because actually what happens, even though you're mixing it with... So the reason you've got a water pump, and there's actually water in the sort of field unit, is to mix the slurry. So you get constant quality, if you like, and constant consistency of your slurry. Look, it's a natural product, so it's not consistent. But that water runs out pretty quickly, so having the water pump connected to it keeps basically the water tank in the water container topped up. In the slurry container, sorry, which also is the slurry pump. hence pumps and hoses. Lots of pumps and lots of hose, as you can see. The thing on the front of the tractor, if you've not used it before, is an air pump, air compressor, and actually is used to clean out the hoses once you're done. And I wasn't sure if I'd done it right, because you don't physically connect the hoses up to it. It's a bit odd, but apparently it worked, because what happens over time is that overall condition, even when it's running, drops, and so you have to clean them out. And so yeah, I couldn't actually tell if it worked until I saw the sort of pump condition come back up again. Apparently it did, which is good. So that's all right. This thing sort of automatically maneuvers itself back into the right position, mercifully. Does work with the worker, which is pretty cool. And it'll need to in a minute, because what I'm also going to do in a second is go and top it up. So I think it's 47,000 litres, I can't remember, in our field container. But I've also got the truck there with digestate, so we'll top that up in a minute, leave a worker on it, and go fill up the truck. So, and that's it. But it's brilliant. I love it. I can't believe how much more interesting it makes slurry spreading, which I'll be honest, I always find a bit frustrating. Constantly going back and forth, blah, blah, blah. But the hose, watching the hose go down, the physics of that hose are really good. And it just makes it more interesting. I collected lots of this kit over time. So the actual spreader on the back, the actual hose connector device that goes behind it, the field container with pump over there, I all came on in sale. The only things I've had to buy it for, and so I just bought them over time as I saw them on sale. I bought them, put them in a store, in a shed, and yeah. So the only things I had to buy new were the water pump and the air compressor, which is pretty cool. So I'm quite pleased with this, and it is really fun. It's quite faffy. There's a lot of trips back and forth. As you can see, you need quite a lot of equipment around to sort of do it, but it's really good. I could see this being really good fun in multiplayer, actually, because you've got loads of different vehicles you need, but you wouldn't leave someone sitting in the tractor that's running the pump, the slurry pump, but you could have someone who's running backwards and forwards to keep you topped up and all that sort of stuff. And this field container, you can run it from all sorts of different containers, but this field container is good because it's got a really good capacity. And of course, running it with precision farming, you don't use as much either, which also makes life a little bit easier. So yeah, it's cool. Yes, I'm slightly concerned how much of this will get done before the snow actually starts settling on the field, but yeah, the movement of that hose across the field, fantastic. Yeah, we're not getting through it too fast either, actually. Only down to 32,000 litres, so we should have enough between what's in the tank and what's in the tanker. I think we should have enough. And as I said, actually, yeah, no issues with quantity of hose. We've got tons of it. 700. This is all right. It's not massive by European standards. This is a fairly big field. By US standards, or Canadian standards, it's not a big field. I get that, but I missed some stones. Did I miss some stones? Oh, I did. Oh, that's a bit rubbish. Anyway, there you go. It is set to snow all day, as you can see. I might get some of this done, so as to try and keep the video short. And I'll catch up with you in a little while, rather than you watch me just going up and down the field. So that one over there is the one that's already done, but I haven't done the soil sampling yet, but I'm hoping that won't matter. I say slurry, it's a level that I better make sure whatever I put in it is a high nitrogen crop that will need a lot of, I don't know what canola or actually I don't know what needs lots of nitrogen. I better have a look. But yeah, so but I think it should be fine. But yeah, I'll carry on doing a bit more of this, and I'll maybe catch up with you in a little while. Right, so the field storage tank stroke pump, the umbilical pump JC450 apparently, is what it's called. It's nearly empty, and I've got a horror. I put a work on this, but actually he's not far enough over, so I'm going to have to reposition him a little bit. Sorry for running over the hose. You didn't see that. It's all good. There you go. All fine. Nothing to see here. There we go. So yeah. So we'll go refill the tank. Oh, that was lucky. You can hear all the buzzing and the whirring and stuff. All we have to do is bring this close enough that I can... Oh, actually, I had it easier last time. I left a space on the other side of the tractor, and I should have done the same, but I didn't, but it's okay. So what we'll do is reverse. Yeah, I left that a little bit too far out the way. You can see where I'm going to put the track in, but I haven't done it yet. I don't want to refill the trailer. Oh no, it's automatically emptying it. That caught me out last time. So I can just leave that running. So as long as it's close enough, it'll actually continue to top this up. And I think it does fill it up. Yeah, slightly faster than it's going out. Ooh, is that all it's got left? Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, so getting there slowly. I love the way the hose snakes across the field. It's bloody brilliant. It's so good. So good. But yeah, it's looking alright. I had to take the air pump off the front because it was this fence is a little bit too close, so I had to drop that off, so I got a bit more space just to turn around. It's actually nice to be working a field over this end of the map. Pretty much all of the other fields I've put in so far are all areas of the map that I'd worked before, so it's nice to be in a different area of the map and actually putting fields and stuff. I might put another track down here. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. At least it's usable grass if I leave that as is. I've got a little bit of drift on my controller. It's a bit annoying. I switched to my other controller really. I usually just do that. I give them a rest every now and again, and they usually recover. Just I'll blow the dust out and stuff. So yeah, yeah, I mean, otherwise, obviously, if you've seen the short that I did, I checked. Looking back, it looks like that was no. You can do better than that. We're not missing a massive much. You can miss a gap at the bottom because, frankly, you just go over it as you go back towards the sort of where you were. But it's fine. Yeah, so I discovered I had a couple of cotton fields that I'd completely forgotten about. I thought it might have been a bug. I got really worried about this map at some point. I'll explain in a minute. I thought it might have been a bug in the map. Or not a bug in the map, bug in my save. But actually it wasn't. Looking back, some of my older videos, it did look like there was something planted in those two fields. So, yeah, we had a couple of fields of cotton. Yeah, so that got sorted. How come that now says there's 7,600 in the tank? Maybe it includes the water volume. Maybe that's why. No, that can't be right, because then the water volume never drops, so that wouldn't make sense. Anyway, as you can see, the condition of the pipe has dropped, so this is clearly a much bigger field. It's dropped a lot faster than it did the last time I did, or it's dropped further, so this must be a bigger field than the one that I'd already done, which I will need to do soil sampling on next, actually. I could probably do that through snow, so that's okay. So yes, that's dropped, so this will need cleaning out again when I'm done, but we're nearly finished. But yeah, I did start to get really worried about my save on this map. I started running productions, most of which I'd stopped because I stopped them for a period, thinking, right, I'll stop them now until I start playing properly, which is when I started recording, and then that way, you know, then I can start to do them properly. I won't auto sell. I'll just store, and I'll, you know, pick them up and sell them myself, etc., etc., move them around, whatever. So I kicked a couple off. They were so slow. I wasn't even convinced they were actually outputting product. There was nothing coming out, you know, in the sort of the spawn areas. Another place I missed some stones. Never mind. And I was just really worried. So I switched them all off and just started a couple, just to see. I thought maybe was it overwhelmed? It couldn't cope with the number of productions I got. I didn't know. Wasn't sure what was going on. So yeah, I switched them all off. Did some testing, and turns out. And I hadn't sort of thought about it, it's because I'm on 3-day months. So your production rates are per month, not per day. So if you're on 3-day months, essentially your productions run a third slower than if you're on a 1 day month. And clearly at the point at which I was last generating stuff in storage, rather than just direct selling or distributing or whatever, I must have been still running 1 day months, and it's so slow. So slow. So I'm still waiting for a pallet of bread and cakes at the bakery. Sugar's now running quite smoothly, but I have got 3 sources of, sugar cane, sugar beet cut, all running at the same time. So that's now starting. I was also wondering, because I'd got well over 1,000, 2,000 litres in store, and the pallet hadn't appeared, and I'm like, aren't the pallets just not spawning? I went around and sold every single pallet I'd got. I cleared up the map, all this sort of stuff, just not having a clue what was going on. That volume's increased. Oh, is it because maybe it's taken more from the trailer? Oh, anyway, whatever. We're fine. It's all good. I couldn't figure out what was going on. It was just the timing. And actually, I'd forgotten that sugar, for example, is a 5,000 litre pallet, which it seems a little extreme. But there you go. It is. It is what it is. So, And actually, things seem to be fine. So I've sold a bucket load of sugar. I've sold some starch, because I was making more starch than I was using at the potato production plant. Ooh, something else I've done. May not do it show you in this video, but something else I've done in the meantime, I'll show you that too. Is over at our potato factory or potato facility, all sorts. So so we've got now our first pallet of potato soup has just appeared. I've got shed loads of pallets of bottled milk that I'll need to go and pick up at some point. I took back the auto load pallet trailer because I hadn't realised it did only one product at a time, and I just thought that's a real waste. So I'll buy the manual one and I'll load up manually. I've also got, and I don't think I had this in the last video, a lot's going on. I bought a telehandler, so I'm using that as well. So I've now moved the skid steer that I had down at the sheep. I've taken over to the potato washing production-y thing, whatever you want to call it, the potato facility. It's not a factory, but potato facility. There we go, done. Lift that up. So fold this one, and then what I'll now need to do, actually I'll come this way a little bit. I love the fact that you can actually manipulate the position of the hose just by dragging it around. It's really cool. It's so good. I mean, the physics aren't perfect, obviously, but it's not bad. Anyway, so that's that. There you go, pumps and hoses. This is actually already probably about 30 minutes, so I wasn't planning on this video, anything I did in this video. Frankly, I wasn't expecting to get this far into the day before the snow started settling. I was assuming I was going to stop and move on to something else, but you know what, it's all good. Actually, having done this as well, I think there might be some gaps at the end here, so let's see that maybe we've missed. So let's just unfold a minute, and we'll just run along this top edge of the field just to make sure we've not missed any. It'll only do it if it doesn't really detect it. Oh, sorry, I need to lower that as well. Okay. Yeah, it's not picking up anything big enough that it can be bothered to do it. Fine. What was I going to say? Blah blah. I don't know. Anyway, so let's lift that up. Fold it up again. No, not that one. Can't attach that one. Need to do this. Okay, so let's attach this at the front here. Okay. Then took me a while to figure out how to do this last time. Turn on compressor. And then we keep an eye on this. Once it's built up a certain amount of pressure, which is a shame you can't see it, up in the top left, it will say clean hose or something like that. Oh, umbilical hose clogged by 0%. Oh, I hadn't noticed that before. At some point, I think, yeah, here we go, clean umbilical hose. Jump, done. But it says it's clogged by 0%, so I'm not sure why the condition is not 100%. Anyway, there you go. That's fine. So if I come back to this, detach umbilical hose, there we go. I can then fold that away, and that's that jobbed. I can go over and turn the pump off. Mercifully, this should be now empty. Actually, I can get into this, deactivate that, come into here. Does that deactivate automatically? Let's empty it back into the trailer. Mind you, it might make sense. It might have made sense to keep a little bit in actually, because it's the water tank is at the top there in the front. It's very top heavy. I already flipped it once. Attach umbilical hose. Lift container. That's now ready for transport. Okay. We may as well show. I hope you don't mind. I'm just in case you've not used it. I'm just going to show the whole process, right? Because why not? And I love it. This is great fun. What we will need to do, actually, I think. Oh, sorry. There it is. So let's drive down. Where do the two meet? There we go. I'll need to separate them before I can start. It took me a while to figure this out last time. I do love the splash of wet slurry on the tractor tyres. What a great noise. There we go. So detach umbilical hose. That's it. Cute. Okay. I could start from this end, but there's no point, because I'll just need to drive back to there anyway. So I might as well start at this end, and then once we've done the orange one, we can do the green one straight away. And you literally, it's a little bit complicated. I'll get used to the controls eventually, but you literally come up to it, or you can find the end. It should, I suppose it should say anyway. Oh, do I have to load? Oh no, I'm not on the thing. That's fine. Attach it. Change to winding. Start winding. And I mean, it will just drag it in anyway, but also I quite like to. I think I figured out 12 kilometers an hour was about right last time. Otherwise, of course, it starts catching under the tractor. Maybe a little bit slower. And it just reels on. It's awesome. And I love that animation of it reeling on. It's so good. I wish my hose pipe would reel like that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Once I get inside, it's cold out there. What else has been going on? Oh, so Farming Simulator was free on Epic Games, so I now have Farming Simulator on PC. And as I feared, mods are complicated. Equally, I'm now looking at, well, what maps could I do that are a bit different? Okay, we could have gone a bit quicker because that's just finished. What mods do I want to try? So I'm going back through Farmer Klein's PC mod reviews and seeing what cool stuff there is. Just trying to get my head around it a little bit. I might pick a simple map to start with, but I have downloaded Hofbergman, which looks amazing. Start winding. There we go. But yeah, so that's coming too, as if I didn't have enough to do on Farming Simulator. I've still got to play the forestry one, the premium platinum edition. So you know, but hey, and I'm now wondering, when I've done this one, I want to do Western Wilds, and I'm now wondering whether I do Western Wilds on here, whether I might do it on PC actually, just for that extra variety of things I can do. No mod limit, blah blah blah. You know, mind you, that I better test it on my PC first to figure out, on my laptop, whether that's a reasonable thing to suggest that I have no mod limit. Because I think I'm assuming that mods are limited by the sort of RAM and capabilities of your machine, I guess. I don't know. Probably should have those on, really. Do you like this tractor? It's cool. I'll put some bigger tyres on it at some point, but for right now it's fine. So it could go a little bit quicker. Because it's clearly winding faster than we're going because it's pulling it towards me, but that's okay. There you go. Pipe is all on. That's it. Now, of course, I've got to go back and take all this stuff back in storage. I might have some fields to do. Oh, I do have some fields to do because the 2 cotton fields. Did I put? These are 2 cotton fields. Yes, so I obviously haven't overplanted them, overseeded them. So the 2 cotton fields will need slurry. Oh, that's good. Cool. So we can go and do those next then. I won't do it today. Yeah, nice. So all the kit's back at the main yard. I've got a worker taking the soil sampler over to the field that I missed. Stupidly enough, I got it to take the water pump back and then thought, hang on, I needed this at the next door field. But there you go. Such is life. So yeah, just bring the truck over to refill the tank with digestate so that we've got it ready when we decide to do the 2 cotton fields. And actually next thing then is I'm going to continue on this field right next to here, ploughing and de-stoning. I've got a few fields that need ploughing actually, so we'll just take a quick look. Go over to soil composition. So yeah, we've got this one to finish. I've got these 2 here, this one here, these 2 here, and these 2 here. Oh, and these 2 here. Quite a lot of ploughing to do. So ploughing and de-stoning. The de-stoning is a bit slow because it, doesn't take much to fill it. These 2, I did this one and obviously these 2 fields. I'm just taking the stone straight to the lime production plant. I expect the others, I probably will take it to the farm silo and put them all in the silo. But yeah, apart from that, it's good. Oh, is that it? Oh, I didn't realise we were out of digestate. That I wasn't expecting. Yep, we've run out of digestate. Okay, that's fine. We ain't short of manure. It's no problem. Snow, blah, blah. I'll try that again. Snow is not settling. I think it might just be too warm. I forgot to say. So yeah, I brought the chaff that we'd had. Sorry, let's just put this on a sec. Oh, it's done. I'm not going to worry about it today. Yeah, so that was brought over, compacted, and covered. That's now ready. That I will put into the biogas plant, and then well, we'll start running things down here, which I'll explain another time. As you can see, a lot of road edging work to be done still, but I've spent so many hours on this landscaping. It's nice just to be playing the game, to be honest, but I will do it at some point. Right, so the workers arrived to do that field. I might do that actually, and then maybe watching someone soil sampling is a bit dull, so I might do that, and then maybe I'll show a little bit of finishing off that field. Actually, I could do that now. I'll do that now while I'm here, and that'll finish off. I'm already well over 30 minutes, so that actually is fine. I'm gonna leave this out. So this is now, coolly enough, let's just have a quick look. This is our pumps and hoses shed. I could do putting something else in here because that's just a little bit empty, but all the kit's here. It actually works really well. Yeah, could do with a little bit more stuff, but it's fine. Some of that might need some work actually. None of the equipment that I bought cheap actually has actually been like worked on, so it probably all needs a bit of work. Get it back up to 100%. But yeah. So I will leave this here. I will meet you down at the field that needs plowing. So in the very cheaty way of ploughing and de-stoning a field, I'm using a ludicrously powerful tractor with a plough on the front and a stone picker-upper thing behind. But you know, there's a lot of it to do, so I've got to make it as effective and efficient as possible. This is all right with a worker, but the worker will I'd already done some of this field. When I put a worker on it, I'd sort of squared it off, and the worker continued to plough and de-stone. Every time you plough it, it puts stones out, and it continued to plough and de-stone the bits that I'd already done, which was a bit annoying. And these bits are going to be complicated anyway, which means I'm probably going to have to do some of the ploughing and then de-stone separately, because I don't think it will, I'm not going to get all of the stones, because it's sort of awkward shapes and it doesn't follow perfectly. But it's still more efficient to do the two together and then just pick up the bits after they don't quite work out than it is to do the two separate actions. So it's fine. But yeah, so I'm just going to get this field done. Actually, we're already, I think, over 40 minutes. So short video as usual. Yeah, so I'll finish this one off. I've got a few more to do. I'm assuming snow isn't going to settle, which is fine. So I might get a little bit more of this done. I might do some more recording. I'll do recording when there's something interesting happening. If it's just me pootling around fields, then I probably won't. If I'm doing something a bit different, like I did today, then I'll do some recording. Basically, that's roughly how it's going to be. If I'm just doing boring, like trying to edge roads and stuff like that, probably not likely to show that. Frankly, that's a bit dull. I find it dull, so you're going to find it dull. But yeah, if I'm doing something interesting, maybe I'll be moving products around or something like that, then I'll sure do another video. Or maybe at some point I'll do a stream. Possibly. We shall see. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. And I'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you then. Bye for now.